All right, so here's a pretty funny, pretty funny article here. It's called. It says Elizabeth Banks wants Charlie's Angels reboot to send a message. Believe Whammon. Believe Whammon. Okay, so this is off. This is from Collider. This is Collider saying this in 2019. We can't afford to not get political, even with escapist entertainment. So basically, they want every single thing to have some kind of message. It's kind of like when the what was that, the Gadsby or whatever her name was, with the I guess lesbian hardcore, I guess the butch lesbian, that was on, that had the Netflix comedy special. And she said talked about how she got I was going to say assaulted in a bad way. That was supposed to be a comedy special, talking about how men can do that to her. I'm trying to do like Tim Pool now and stop using these words that just get my video absolutely demonetized right off the bat. So anyway, Elizabeth Banks wants Charlie Angel's reboot to send a message. Believe Whammon. And so escapist entertainment. So we can't escape from anything these days. Stuff like football and things like that. Everything has to have a goddamn message. Every single thing. There's got to be some kind of politics involved. So anyway, so even though Elizabeth Banks' Charlie's Angels reboot is a high-stakes, globe-trotting spy thriller comedy, she still made sure to send a message with extreme real-world ties within a story about female spies. Believe Whammon. Letting female rage express itself. Okay, so if it was male rage, first of all, it would be toxic masculinity. That's the first thing. It would be toxic. If it was male, if it was letting male rage express itself, it's called toxic masculinity. This is what I've said in previous videos. I've said these in other videos. This is the way that everything goes these days. If a woman expresses traditionally male behaviors and things that males traditionally do, then it's considered great. If men have things that they express that are traditionally feminine, then that's cheered on. But if each one of them does the traditional masculine or feminine thing, then it's a bad thing if they do it. Here's what it is. So women running around whamming, running around shooting and killing and all this other stuff, doing these other things, hey, that's great. But when a man does this toxic masculinity, if a woman works out, gets fit, this and that, then it's awesome. But if not, if it's men working out, going to gym, then let's talk about gym bros and things like that. Anyway, letting female rage express itself is one of the most important aspects of the new installment of Charlie's Angels franchise. Banks, who wrote with co-stars, tells Collider along with a small group of journalists. One of the ingredients of this movie was supporting and believing Whammon. We literally have a character who is essentially working in a big corporation and is not being believed or listened to by her bosses. Of course, those will be the men. I guarantee you, those are going to be the men. And so when it comes to something bad happening to women, in the office, of course, it's going to be the men that's doing it, and it'll be an all-female reboot. So anyway, let me finish this up. Charlie's Angels, starring Kristen Stewart, Ella Balinska, and Naomi Scott as the new iteration of badass female spies, centers on Scott's character Elena, when she's just a normal civilian and she hires the Townsend agency to help uncover a sinister plot she discovered within a large tech company. I'm gonna tell you now, this is gonna go woke and go broke. I guarantee you, this is not going to do well. It looks horrible. This already looks like it's just gonna be absolutely horrible. It says it's coming out in November. I can't wait. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like that. I'm gonna link this article in the description. Check it out. This is just absolutely, hey, this is where we are right now. In 2019, we can't afford to not get political. even with escapist entertainment, be it video games, be it movies, be it just going and playing a pickup game of basketball or football or something like that. It has to have some sort of message. And really a message to the point that it's not anything enjoyable at all. I've been reading different books and things like that and talking about stuff like this. And I tell you what, this is where we're headed. Nothing can be fun anymore. Everything has to have some sort of message. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.